Hey, this is Matt from RetroOnly.com. Today we'll be discussing how to check if your Nintendo Switch has been banned. Have you gone into Nintendo's eShop recently and received an error code? Maybe you're just looking to purchase a Nintendo Switch but want to make sure that you don't get one that will not work properly. If you keep watching this video, we will do our best to answer your questions as well as help you be able to not be banned anymore from Nintendo. So now to the main question, how do you check if a Nintendo Switch has been banned? If a Nintendo Switch has been banned, you'll be able to find out by checking the access to the Nintendo eShop. Once you log in and go to the eShop, you will be able to purchase games. If your device has been banned, you'll receive an error code 2124-4007 and the eShop will not load. If your Nintendo Switch is banned, it can still be used, but you will no longer have access to playing games online or the Nintendo eShop. Although this is horrible for some gamers, others find that it isn't that big of a deal if they don't play online that often anyway. So why would your Switch be banned in the first place? The Nintendo Switch is well known by many Switch users in the world, and many of them are trying to hack into the Switch games and make them free or use the hack to cheat on them. The problem is that Nintendo takes modding your device very seriously, as well as attempting to hack it. If Nintendo catches you, then they will ban your device. Although being banned may sound like you'll never be able to use your device or play on your Switch ever again, this isn't true. Even if a Switch has been banned, it is still able to be played and used. However, you will lose access though to playing online with your friends and family, as well as Nintendo's eShop. If your Switch has been banned, there are still emulators you can use to play online, although it is not as easy as playing online was before you were banned. The other option you have is to do what most people do, and to just sell the banned Nintendo Switch and purchase a different one. Even though Nintendo may have banned your Switch, they did not ban you as a user. This means you can still go and purchase a different Nintendo Switch and log on and still play online and have access to the eShop with that new Switch. If you do purchase a second Switch, you will need to go to the settings of that new device and change the primary device from the banned console to the new one to avoid having issues with the eShop and re-downloading your games. But why does the Nintendo Switch get banned anyway? Although there are many reasons a Switch can be banned, it is never from normal use. Nintendo loves all of its users and the community that plays every day on their Nintendo Switch systems. Because Nintendo takes its security seriously, they are very strict and have recently been banning a lot of Switches for things people may think are okay to do. So what things are okay to do, and what things will get you banned? That's a super good question, and we will try to answer that next. Can CFW, custom firmware, get your Nintendo Switch banned? If you run a CFW custom firmware or homebrew launcher, you are at risk of getting your Switch banned. Although disabling error reporting may help, it is still a risk when running custom firmware. If you receive an error log, you will want to delete the error log immediately. Although Nintendo will not get the report if your console does not go online between the time of the creation of the error log and after the deletion of the record. Can pirating a game get you banned? Although many people think pirating a game from a friend or online is okay, Nintendo does not. This is probably one of the easiest and most often ways that people get banned. When you download a cartridge or title, there are certificates that the Switch checks anytime something is downloaded. If the game is missing those certificates, which it will let Nintendo know, and your device will be banned. So how do you avoid being banned for hacking? Before doing anything, you will want to delete all your saved internet connections in OFW. Number 2, you'll want to enable airplane mode, and optionally enable Bluetooth for your controller. Thirdly, you'll want to fire up Pkate and dump your full NAND. Fourth, you'll want to protect that backup, as you will be using it every once in a while. Next, you will never want to save internet connections, since the custom firmware will already be in airplane mode. You can do what you want in CFW, but you never want to go online. There are some other tips to avoid being banned with your Switch. The first one is don't go online when you have custom firmware. Don't install NSPs, and use the Atmospheres Report reimplementation to save the crash logs locally so they're not on the servers. Next, you want to avoid using LFS in games that have CRC checks on assets. Lastly, you don't want to use your console to download things from the CDN. There are a few things that you should do if your Nintendo account has been banned. The first is to check it to make sure that it's banned. The second is to consider trying to gather more data as to why your Nintendo account was banned in the first place. The third thing is simply be honest with yourself. Did you really do something that could have caused the ban? The fourth, if you did something dirty that could be the reason for the ban, and if your ban was justified, then go to the next step. The next step is to get in touch with Nintendo and ask for help. Nintendo has one of the friendliest and most understanding support teams, and they will normally try and help you out. Nintendo's method for detecting online Switch piracy, Nintendo has put in place ways to detect systems playing pirated games online and to permanently ban those consoles from Nintendo's network. Nintendo permits games and systems when connecting to the Nintendo network so they know if something's wrong. The core of the protection comes from a unique encrypted client certificate that is stored in the trust zone core of every Switch unit. The certificate is used to identify the specific hardware being used for logging into Nintendo's servers. What all that means is that once a banned console has been banned, it will stay banned from the network permanently. For Switch games themselves, Nintendo uses encrypted certificates to confirm that the game in question is legitimate when connecting online and not pirated or stolen. In the case of a physical game card, the document is unique. What this means is even if you share the game, Nintendo could detect it and you could possibly be banned. An encrypted ticket inside the game data combines info about the game with the console's distinct device ID and the Nintendo account ID used to purchase it. If you download an illegitimate copy of a Switch game that was bought on a different console or pirated, Nintendo will be able to detect the mismatch as soon as you log in and immediately ban your console from its network. In recent years, Nintendo has started fighting back, as many previous bans have been elevated to Content Distribution Network bans, which means your console can't go online. Earlier, Nintendo was prohibiting people from using Homebrew by preventing online play and eShop access. But the entrance to their Content Distribution Network used to remain. So it was possible to update the console's firmware and games, as well as to re-download archived games. That's why many hackers did not think it was a big deal to get banned. But if they abused the CDN access too much, they also received a super ban, which prevented access to the CDN entirely. Recently, Nintendo has been doing things differently by elevating all bans to the super ban. This means that people who get banned from their Nintendo Switch must search online for firmware files, game update files, and other things, and use homebrew tools to update their console's firmware and games. This, of course, made it much more cumbersome and annoying for the hackers or anyone who had their Switch banned. As of right now, Nintendo does not ban Nintendo accounts. It only affects the Switch console when you get banned. Even if your Switch is banned, you can still log in to your Nintendo account on a personal computer, on mobile, or on your 3DS. So let's wrap it up. If you don't want to get banned, the best way is to just not do anything that is questionable. Millions of people play on their Nintendo Switches every single day, and none of them get banned. If you are doing questionable things on your Switch, you can almost guarantee that even if you're careful and getting away with it right now, that it will not last forever, and you will get banned in the future. This has been Matthew from RetroOnly.com, and we hope this video has been helpful to you.